Watch UFC 296 yesterday. Colby Covington. Dude, you know, I had to put the picture up because it cracked me up so much that Colby had his hands up like he won the fight afterwards. Leon Edwards actually showed me something, you know, that he's actually trying to up his game. Like grappling, that's not his thing, all that stuff. Oh, hey, they want to get a live video. Oh, who's this? They want to get on live right away, don't they? Okay, so I just waved at you. Let's see. The company Jace wants to get right on. Joe Willie has joined us. Joe Willie's going to a holiday party today in Staten Island. And I said, hey, come on the show. I told him, you got to have me over your mom's Italian cooking. Got to come over for Sunday dinner. Got to make that happen. That's something I would like to make happen in the near future. He said, that's a New Year's resolution. I said, yes, let's make it happen. Let's make it. But Colby Covington did not win the fight. And Leon Edwards came out, grappling, tried to take him down, tried to up his game. And they were saying, oh, he didn't do this, that what did Joe Rogan said that it's not going to look good with him being taken down and being, Covington had him like in grappling on the ground. That's not the way. That's not going to show a dominant performance. I thought it was dominant performance. Josh was saying, look at his goddamn leg. His leg was out of control. I mean, the bruising on his leg was crazy. I mean, it was just nuts. I mean, and I was talking to Josh about it. Yeah, so Josh, I think Rob wants to come on like within 4 seconds. And there's a lot I want to talk about. So, Rob, you're going to have to stay with me. You have to stay with me on this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we were watching yesterday, and Josh was talking about how the swelling on his leg. You're not a UFC guy, so do you watch UFC at all?
No, not really. The fights are always on way too late for me, first of all. But yeah, I'm just not a big UFC guy.
There was this guy.
Talk away, man.
No. Josh Emmett in the first fight, Rob. He knocked out this guy. Bryce Mitchell took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. Rob, he took a shot to the face, and you saw his whole like the explosion of the force through his skin and he went down. He had a seizure, and then afterwards he gets up and Rogan's like, let him stay down. You could even walking, his legs were all shaky. I'm like, dude, listen, I would never want it. The shot was amazing. I was like, holy shit. But I can get to that.
That's what you and PBM were talking about in the chat.
Yes. So
yeah. Perfect about Mike. Mike's an awesome dude, man. Mike's such a cool guy. But yeah, he's a big UFC guy. He's someone to have on if you want to talk UFC.
Yes. And did you see Olave is not playing today? He's inactive, and Tyreek Hill is not playing for the Jets against the Jets.
Yeah, against the Jets. Yeah, well, he's definitely not playing for the Jets.
No, he's not playing today, so they're not good. And the Jets haven't won a last division road win was 2019 finale at Buffalo when Buffalo sat everybody. How you feeling about the Giants today there?
I'm feeling good. New Orleans, like you said, Olave's out. Their defense has been playing really well. I mean, Carr hasn't been great this year. I think the turf helps them a little bit with Hyatt and Rondell Robinson as far as speed. You can see that DeVito is just getting more comfortable with the offense. Once again, the turf is going to help someone like Barkley and his speed, and so yeah, I'm feeling good. Banks has been playing awesome. Thibodeau and the offensive line and the same. Once again, Neal's not there, which I think is good because it's the same line that's been playing together for the last few weeks. So just continuity with that. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
But aren't they? The Giants are starting a guy on the line over Neal because Neal's been out, and they say he's playing well. What's he, a fourth-year pro who's been kind of a journeyman the last couple of years, but is playing really well in place of Neal this year? I saved it in the post.
Phillips.
Yes.
Yeah, he was with the Giants last year, and then they cut him. It was a surprise cut in the when it came down to final cuts for the team. He ended up on the Eagles practice squad, and he was the swing tackle last year. Most people thought he'd be the swing tackle again. He's not bad as you see, but with Neal hurt, they brought him back onto the team from the Eagles practice squad, and now he's starting, and he's not playing great, but he's not playing bad.
Now, you were at work yesterday, right? Did you get to watch any of the football, any of the NFL during the day, or you didn't see any of it?
No, I was just too busy. I can watch a little bit on weekends, but it was just too busy yesterday. I wasn't able to.
So you heard about the Vikings Bengals game. Did you hear about an overtime? 2 straight tush pushes from O'Connell, and both of them got stuffed.
Really, it's amazing how the Eagles just seem to have
Right.
this ability to pull it off
Right.
like nobody else.
And nobody else, but two straight. They were up 14. You know, Nick Mullins threw. Oh, and before that, I think it was 20. It was 24-24. Trey Hendrickson jumped the snap, got in, and he threw a pick six that got called back. They get for a touchdown. They're up 7. Then the Bengals go down to tie it. Then they go to overtime, and I'll tell you, T. Higgins. They better pay him. He made some catches yesterday, dude. And did you see what they put on company of JC? T. Higgins' mom got into troll with a fan. She said, "You couldn't run, you fat ass," or something like that. I was like, "All right." T. Higgins' mom get into shit with. T. Higgins had a catch.
That's not a big thing to say. I'm fine with him saying that. Someone who I know a few people have talked about the Giants bringing over Higgins. I do wonder how he would be as just the pure number one. But I think he would still do well. I mean, you talked about it last week. Alvin Harper with Cowboys way back in the day went over to Tampa Bay, and he wasn't the same.
No.
It's different facing your best corner and sometimes double teams, but I still think Higgins would do well. And that's someone I think if you slot him in with the Giants, and then you have Robinson and the other guys as second and thirds, I think it would really upgrade the Giants receiving core. But we'll see. I mean, they can't pay everyone.
But it is interesting you say that. He hasn't been the go-to guy. It's different being kind of like 1B, but being one where they expect him to be putting up Jamar Chase numbers every goddamn week, and I don't know if that's going to be the case with him.
Especially with someone as good as Chase. I mean, there are number ones that aren't as good as Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is elite, and having that over there opens up a lot for you that you're not going to have. If he, let's say he would join, just use the Giants as an example. I mean, it could be other teams. If you have a Wan'Dale Robinson and a Hyatt there, I mean, they're not guys you worry a ton about. So they can really slant the coverage, double team him. Linebackers underneath really force Higgins to have to really play exceptional to get open, as opposed to now he's not facing the double teams. But Chase has missed some games. I wonder what Higgins' numbers are like in those games.
You didn't see what happened. He went down on his shoulder at the end. He didn't play overtime. Chase. He had his arm, I think, at his sling. He had one arm out of the sweatshirt, the other arm was in, and I was like, dude, he might be that doesn't bode well. And I saw.
Yeah, but Cincinnati keeps winning.
8-6, dude. And how about to me, I think Shane Steichen, coach of the year. 8-6, Gardner Minshew, a game yesterday. Listen, Trubisky looks terrible, and I thought the Colts yesterday really impressed me. And Minshew didn't have any turnovers, and Trubisky. Oh, and you guys put up Pickens. What did he jump out of the way so he didn't make a block? Dude, they are having.
He wasn't even prior to that. It was a run to the left hand side. Even prior to jumping out of the way, he was just standing still, and he's looking that way. It's not like he was looking that way. He's just standing there. And then, when the running back, I don't know who it was in the Steelers, starts, a guy tumbles in front of him, and he just Pickens jumps out of the way to avoid that guy. But then he's just standing there. And then I put in the chat, if I don't care how talented you are, when you have, being a talented player almost makes it worse, because I know I've talked with you before about people like Jeter and Duncan and stuff. It sets the tone for the other players.
Right.
What do you think if Pickens won't do this? Well, I mean, other guys may not. When you have a star or your best players that are willing to go above and beyond, the Hines Ward, who was the leader of the team and the best receiver during those years, was willing to put his body on the line. It lets everyone else know you better do it too.
Right.
When you have someone like Pickens who doesn't, I you know what? As I put in the chat again yesterday, you can't, as Singletary said, you can't win with guys like that. To me, you can't win. I'd rather get rid of him and get a guy who isn't as talented, but isn't going to go ahead and do stuff like that. That's going to be the reason they, I think it's the reason you lose. But
I would have benched him. I would have benched if I saw that and I was one of the coaches. I'd take him out of the game. I go, listen, you're not there. I don't care what happens. Like you said, put in a guy from the practice squad. You know that he's out there and he wants to play. He might have not as much talent, but at least he's going to go out there and play. I mean, you got to block. Got to block, dude.
Absolutely. Hey, do this. I got to go. I was waiting on a friend. He's here early, so I do got to go. But it was good being on with you short time.
Hey, Rob, thanks for being on today, man. All right, have fun.
We'll text during the day and stuff. So
go Giants. Go Tommy Cullitz.
Go Giants.
All right,
catch you later, JD.
Later. All right, Josh, we're gonna go back to We're going to put Josh back on because Josh will be very happy to know that I'll go back on.